Dear students, all of you are welcome once again in the fluid mechanics class. In today's class, we will discuss about the viscosity of fluids in detail. We will also know the different causes generating the viscosity and how the viscosity varies with temperature for different fluids. We know that when the fluid flows, the velocity of each layer of the fluid is different. Velocity of the fluid near the solid surface is zero and it increases as we move towards the center of pipe as shown in this figure. Due to this, a relative motion in the layers is generated and each element feels some resistance within the layers. This resistance is nothing but a frictional force against the flow and is known as viscosity. So viscosity can be defined as intrinsic property that represents the resistance of motion of a fluid. If we take two different layers of fluids of very small thickness, then the velocity profile can be considered linear, as shown in this figure, and is called linearization of velocity profile. From the geometry of this figure, we can write tan d alpha is equal to du dt by dy, where du dt is the distance traveled by fluid particle from B to C in time dt. Since the angle d alpha is very small, so we can write tan d alpha as d alpha only. Further on simplification, we will get d alpha by dt is equal to du by dy, that is rate of shear strain is equal to velocity gradient. Sir Isaac Newton gave a theory which deals with shear stress and velocity field. He has conducted many experiments on various fluids and found a linear relation between shear stress and the strain rate for a certain types of fluids. He states that shear stress is directly proportional to the shear strain rate or velocity gradient between the two layers. Mathematically, it can be written as tau is directly proportional to d alpha by dt or tau is directly proportional to du by dy. After introducing the constant of proportionality, this equation will be tau is equal to mu into du by dy, where mu is called dynamic viscosity. This equation is known as Newton's law of viscosity. Fluid can be also categorized on the basis of Newton's law of viscosity. Those fluids which obey Newton's law of viscosity are termed as Newtonian fluids and the rest are called non-Newtonian fluids. This is the typical relation between shear stress and rate of shear strain for oil, water and air. Here in this figure, it can be seen that the shear stress is linearly varying with shear strain rate. So all these three fluids can be considered as Newtonian fluid. Dynamic viscosity gives information about the force required for a fluid to overcome its internal molecular friction so that the fluid can flow. The unit of dynamic viscosity is Newton second per meter square or Pascal second in SI, whereas in CGS the unit is written as Poise. Rotational viscometers are one of the more popular types of instrument used to measure dynamic viscosity. Sometimes viscosity are measured in terms of kinematic viscosity, which is defined as the ratio of dynamic viscosity to the mass density. The units of kinematic viscosity is meter square per second in SI and the Stokes in CGS. The causes of viscosity in a fluid are probably attributed to two factors, which are intermolecular force of cohesion and molecular momentum exchange. The cohesive forces between the fluid particle exert a drag force against the flow that produces the effect of viscosity. Since cohesion decreases with temperature and viscosity is attributed to cohesion, so viscosity also decreases with increase in temperature. As far as molecular momentum exchange is concerned, this is also an important factor responsible for viscosity. All the molecules in the fluid are in constant motion, due to which every particle possesses momentum. The motion of the molecules in the upper layer is higher than the lower layer. When the molecules of the upper layer come down and collide with the molecule of the lower layer, the momentum of the migratory molecules is stored by the lower molecules. Thus, the lower layer as a whole is accelerated and the molecules from the lower layer move to the upper layer and tend to retard the upper layer. Due to this drag force, the viscosity comes into the picture. As the random molecular motion increases with a rise in temperature, the viscosity also increases accordingly. For liquids, the viscosity decreases with an increase in temperature because the cohesive force is the predominant cause for generating viscosity. But for gases, molecular motion is more significant than the cohesive forces. Thus, viscosity of gases increase with increase in temperature. This figure shows the tendency of viscosity of liquid and gas with temperature. The no slip condition is already discussed in the previous lecture, which is the velocity of the fluid layer which is adjacent to the solid surface, which is at rest, is 0. The no slip condition and wetting of surface both are different things. The wetting property results from cohesion and adhesion factor, whereas the no slip condition is a consequence of fluid viscosity. That's it for this lecture. Thank you.